How's the cookie? You want to know? It's the Oreo Review Show.
For some reason, you're watching the Oreo Review Show, and we are in a real roller coaster of a year. So many new Oreo varieties, but perhaps the biggest and boldest venture made by Nabisco thus far in the year of our Lord 2022 AD is their new line of ice cream products. Oreo and ice cream have always been bedfellows, but now Nabisco's really taking things into their own hands, putting out their own official, just straight up Oreo ice creams. And last week, I reviewed the big new mainstay of the line, of course, just the classic Oreo cookies and cream style ice cream in a tub. But that's not the only thing that they put out into the world. They also have additional ice cream spin-off products that are totally different. And I couldn't possibly be bothered to do an episode for each one of those because that's just tedious. Even in one episode altogether, I don't know why you would watch this. It's not too late. If you're unsure about whether or not you're going to enjoy this video, this is your chance to step out of line. From this point forward, you will be stuck here. So keep that in mind. Final warning. If you do want to stick around, I've got 3 different kinds of Oreo ice cream treats that I'm going to sample today. Bars, sandwiches, cones. All of these boxes, including the original ice cream one, say that they're playfully reimagining the Oreo cookie. I don't know how playful it is. I really do like the packaging of these. Not this is fine. It's blue. It's what you'd expect. But the individual packaging, you have the bar and the sandwich here, which both have a nice, rich Oreo blue. Very attractive, very appealing. They could have just done a white wrapper, but these look like you could pick this up in in your school cafeteria in a big old freezer of bars and sandwiches and such. So I like that. And then they went even a different direction with the cone. The cone is a transparent wrapper with it says Oreo cones and has Oreo pieces floating around it. And that's also fun in its own unique way. I guess they really wanted you to be able to see that cone and know what you were getting. You had your chance to leave. You're now stuck watching a video of me, a 32-year-old man, talk about the intricacies of Oreo ice cream wrappers. You're fucked. This is what you're doing with your life. I want to start with the sandwich because this is the most classic. I've had variations of the Oreo ice cream sandwich, whether they be in Klondike form or from the official Oreo cafe at It's Sugar in the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. Whoa. It looks exactly as I think you would want it to look. It's okay, it's a little lopsided in there, but it's fine. But look, it's a big Oreo sandwich cookie thing with Oreo ice cream in the middle. I'm not going to eat all of these, like the whole thing. I'm just going to do bites. I'm going to sample them because, come on. But let's try this. I'm going to go for the end that has more ice cream at it. Maybe I'll finish this one. It's got it's soft. Very similar to a traditional ice cream sandwich. I'm just getting into it right now. I'm not wasting any fucking time. The rectangular sandwich that we all know and love. It feels like that. It tastes like that. The ice cream is, I think, a similar kind of ice cream, but with the Oreo pieces. I mean, this is just a classic ice cream sandwich vibe. It's real hard for me not to finish this right now. I assumed that all 3 of these would have the exact same kind of ice cream as in the regular tub of ice cream that I had last time. But this doesn't, maybe it's just different the way they freeze it or package it with the cookies that it seems different to me, but it's really the same thing. But look, I'm not a man of words, so I apologize, but it tastes more like the old ice cream sandwich style. It's less creamy, I guess. It's less soft. The texture is the main difference, but yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Made with big Oreo wafers. Yeah, buddy. Let's go with the bar next. Oh my. Here it is. A little bit different, truthfully, than I expected. A little bit thinner. This is more like almost like a Klondike bar look, where it's got like the solid chocolate coating outside of the ice cream package. I don't know what I expected. I guess maybe I thought more of like a chocolate eclair sort of a bar. It's got the stick with the Oreo branding down there. If you can see that, it's right. Perfect. Feels very solid. Got a lot of bumps and chunks. Ice cream sandwich was business as usual. It was good, but I kind of knew what to expect. Let's see if this one's able to shock my taste buds. Sit down, folks, for this next part, because this one might blow your mind a little bit, okay? Oh, what the fuck? Whoa. Holy shit. It is blowing my mind a little bit. The fuck? You can see it's starting to come apart. Which, I don't blame them too much for that. It's hard to avoid that. Wow. Two things are surprising me about this. The texture of the chocolate, much flakier, broke apart much easier than I expected it to. It was just immediately just like, whoa, my teeth went right through that thing like butter. I'm shocked because I really thought these were all going to almost taste exactly the same. But the ice cream inside does taste a little bit different. Again, I just think it's all psychological, or because the way it's mixed with a different type of chocolate is making it taste different altogether. But it's interesting. A little more Klondike bar-y. I keep saying Klondike bar-y because I'm a fucking moron who has no well put together thoughts in his big hollow noggin. Ooh, wow. Finally, we've got the cone, which you can see looks like a standard ice cream waffle style cone. Chocolate though, chocolate cone, and a hard shell. Now this looks just like the bar, only over a scoop of cone shaped bar. It's the cone here that's going to make the difference in the cone. How do you bite into this? Well, they're gonna see how I try it. Oh, again, very little resistance. Breaks away easily. If that's important to you in an ice cream cone, if that's something you think about regularly, talk to your psychiatrist. It's just as good as the bar. But again, I got to get down to that cone. I'm carving out a path down to the cone. I'm eating this like a kind of like a freak. Like it's a corn on the cob. Oh. What is happening there? The flavor is okay, but it's a cone, so it's not, it's not going to be quite as chocolatey or intense as like this part of the chocolate. It just is a light chocolate infusion to a regular waffle cone. And because it's been in the freezer for a while, it's a little too chewy. I don't know if they've really perfected the technology of freezing cones in this style yet. But that's something they should really get on ahead of like Alzheimer's and cancer and whatever the fuck. Is it just me or is this a terrible video? I have to say, I am surprised by my findings on this one. Coming off of I don't know why I'm holding these. Coming off of just the regular ice cream, which I thought was good, but pretty standard, didn't really blow me away. It was, just what it needed to be, no more, no less. I thought all three of these were honestly going to be pretty redundant. I thought they were all going to kind of taste the same. I thought they were going to taste just like that ice cream did, but with a little bit of a chocolate wrapper on it. And I found it to be really very different indeed. And in fact, I enjoyed most of them, maybe even a little more than I like just the plain ice cream. What I'm going to do is rank all three of them. And I guess I'll give them each a rating as well. But I'm gonna give you my top three of these Oreo ice cream products, starting with at the bottom. The suspense won't be held that long. I guess once you hear number 2, you're going to know what number 1 is. It's just how these things go. Play along. Definitely the easy pick for least favorite of the 3 is this cone, which I've sadly stuffed back into its wrapper. It's really just an inferior form of the bar, because the top part is pretty much the same as the bar, and then the cone, which is 3/4 of the body of this thing, does not live up to it. It's just not a very well put together or good tasting cone. Maybe the stick, the bar falls apart a little easier, so some people might have a problem with that. I still found it better in that regard than even, for instance, a Klondike bar, which I think those can be a huge mess. This one was more manageable than that. Anyway, I'm not talking about the bar right now. I'm talking about the fucking cone. The cone was, it's at the bottom. It's okay, but I wouldn't go for it again. Number 2, this is tough. This is tough. But number two, I'm gonna go with the bar, which means that you already know that the sandwich is number 1. And honestly, I can almost swap those two. Sandwich gets a little bit of the edge. I just love the way both of them taste. A stick is always fun, but it does get a little messy. It can fall apart. And there's something very classic about the ice cream sandwich format. Not quite as messy, other than getting some of it on your little fingies. Both of those have pretty similar taste, but I like the soft outer cookie layer of the sandwich. The bar maybe gets the award for surprising me more. I didn't expect to like the bar as much as I did. In terms of ratings, I guess I would give the cone half a cookie with no cream. Even that's a little generous. Fuck it. 0 Oreos. Fuck off. You don't need it. You have the bar. The bar is just a better version of the cone. That's kind of unprecedented. I don't normally do this, but I don't see a way around it. I think the cookie and the bar are both half a cookie with cream. Yeah, they're both really that good. They're both really that good. Not quite top marks. In case you're new to the show, you know that my scale goes from 0 Oreos, which is the worst, to a full Oreo, which is the best. These aren't quite a full Oreo, but they're damn close. They are damn close. I'm so sorry for my language. In case you're curious, both the boxes for the cones and the sandwiches come with 4 a piece, 4 individually wrapped items, whereas the bars come with 5. So I guess they're a little smaller. I mean, a bar is 190 calories. A cone is 280 calories. I guess the cone has a lot of, the actual cone part, I guess, is worth a lot. And the sandwich coming in at 210. So in the middle of those two. The cone is not worth all those extra calories. Fuck that. No, fuck the cone. It sucks. Surprisingly, Nabisco, I think, really pulled this one off. I think they for once pulled their heads out of their stupid fat asses, and they just went for some good old-fashioned, classic, traditional styles of frozen treats. It gets that Oreo flavor across, but in a fun new way. And surprisingly, they're not really being that melty either. Oh no, that's pretty bad. I should put these back in the freezer. Now you know next time you're at the grocery store which one you should put into your cart. They're probably like $15 a box at this point. So just don't buy chicken or whatever for that month. If you have tried any of these ice cream products, I don't know, talk to me about it in the comments below. I'm sorry this episode wasn't that funny. I just kind of ate them and gave you my evaluations. But sometimes the comedy has to take a back seat to the science. Anyway, you could also like the video if you appreciate my services, and you could subscribe to my channel to find out about more of the Oreo things that I eat. I think I'm finally caught up on all the new Oreo shit they've been pumping out lately. But that means tomorrow they're probably going to announce the new fucking Butterfingers Oreo or whatever the fuck. Maybe I'll go on some excursions. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is there an Oreo product that I'm missing out on that I haven't tried that you'd like to see? Let me know. Otherwise, I'd just like to say, I hope that all the daddies out there had a good Papa's Day last weekend. And also, happy birthday. Here we go. Oreo!
How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.